Yes, people. What's going on? It's your boy Manny dropping another video. Premier League Week 19. That's gonna take place on Sunday, Monday, and one game on Wednesday. So it's gonna be 10 games as usual. You know the West. Before we get to Week 19, let's talk about Week 18. We almost had a perfect week. It was 9 out of 10. So it was good, but just fell short by one game, which was the Bournemouth versus Crystal Palace. Both teams to score, but unfortunately none of them scored. It was 0-0. So that was just bad luck right there. I thought Bournemouth would have got something, or even Crystal Palace, who are doing well away from home. None of them scored, so just missed out by one. But the three best bets that I predicted at the end went well. So 3 out of 3. So I got something at the end. But anyway, we move on to week 19, and hopefully we can have a perfect week then week 18. Hopefully. So the first match will be at Leicester. So will take place on Sunday. So Leicester City will face Manchester City. Leicester are coming off from a loss. Manchester City are coming off from a draw against Everton. So this is a must win for both sides. So let's get into it. So these are the key points. One win in 8 games for City. Yeah, we just City is just on a down slope. I've been saying it many times, so I can't repeat myself again. Inconsistent. You feel when they score, you feel like, oh, City's back again. But next thing you know, it's not the same City. It's just this season, City is just being conceding goals, not defending, attacking wise. It's just not there. It's not clicking. Leicester on a 3 games losing streak. So this has been a really bad start for Wood Van Nistelrooy for manager career in Leicester. So it was looking promising, but since the Newcastle game, they're on the 3 games losing streak since they lost the last game. Yeah, it just has been really bad for Leicester in general. Things hasn't worked out as expected. Manchester City has conceded 7 goals in the last 4 games. So the reason why City are in this dance lobby is they conceded a lot of goals than they usually do. They have conceded 7 goals in the last 4 games. And I do see them conceding more goals going forward because I feel nothing is clicking, no chemistry, no communication, no nothing. So my prediction for this match will be under 3.5 goals. Um, I do see maybe at least 3 goals in this match or two. I don't know what I'm gonna get from City. At the same time, I don't know what I'm gonna get from Leicester. They did score the goal against Liverpool, then next we know they just got trash later on. So I'm just gonna put it on to 3.5 goals, and I will favor City to win. Literally, but my prediction will be under 3.5 goals. So the next match will be Crystal Palace at Hotspur Park. Crystal Palace will host Southampton, 16th versus 20th. Crystal Palace coming off from a draw. They drew against Bournemouth, and Southampton is coming off from a loss against West Ham. So this is a must win for both sides. Within the relegation zone. Well, Southampton is just Crystal Palace just outside of it, but it's a must win for both sides. So these are the key points. Palace are 3 points above relegation, so because of that draw, that point, then just managed to extend their points further. So just 3 points above relegation. So they need to add more points even to prevent from relegation. Southampton need more wins if possible. When they drew against Fulham, I thought things might have changed. They just got a new manager. The next thing you know, they lost to West Ham 1-0. It was a little bit close, but yeah, they're back to losing ways. Now they need more wins. They need a lot of wins if they want to get themselves out of the relegation. I don't know if it's possible, but if we see. Crystal Palace on a 3 games winning streak against Southampton. So before Southampton got relegated the season before, Crystal Palace were on a 3 games winning streak against Southampton, both home and away. So they might extend that to 4 this weekend. We see. So my prediction for this match will be Crystal Palace double chance. I do favor Crystal Palace a bit. Um, and I know they're not the strongest at home, but at the end of the day, Southampton are not the strongest in the league. So I do favor Crystal Palace, but I'm just a little bit suspicious. I would say 1-1. Um, because Southampton got the draw against Fulham last weekend, I might think they might get a draw at Selhurst
Right,
Park,
so the
but
next
we'll see.
match will be at Goodison Park. Will be Everton, who will host against Nottingham Forest. Everton are coming off from a draw against Manchester City at Etihad. Forest are coming off from a huge win against Tottenham. So it's 15th versus 4th place. So let's get into it. So these are the key points. Everton are unbeaten in the last 4 games. Everton are a very defensive, solid team as usual. They got a manager for it, and they are unbeaten in the last 4 games. They haven't won, but then again they're not losing, so they're doing a bit. 4 games winning streak for forwards. So yeah, forwards are just finding ways to win. If it's like 1-0, 2-0s, they're just finding a way to win. It's adding up, it's increasing their position in the Premier League. Can they continue that winning streak? We see. Everton are unbeaten in the last 4 home games. So yeah, Everton are very good side at home, decent side. So they're not like a push off or like you're just gonna go there and then just defeat them. They're very defensive, solid. Attacking wise, they will counter. They have 5 games on 5 games unbeaten. Few of those are clean sheet as well, so they are very hard to score against. So my prediction for this one would be under 3.5 goals. I feel it will be a lot less goals in this game. I don't see a lot of goals in this match. I'll say 1-0 to Nottingham Forest. I could see 0-0 potentially because of Everton defense, but the way Forest is going and the way they're finding ways to win week in and week out, I'm
So the
going for
next
1-0
match will be
Forest.
at Craven Cottage. Fulham will host Bournemouth. Fulham are coming off from a huge win against Chelsea, the West London derby. They beat Chelsea 2-1. Bournemouth are currently six. They drew against Crystal Palace. So yeah, they got a point from that. So it's 8-36. 8-36. So let's get into it. So these are the key points. A huge win for Fulham. So that was a huge win for Fulham. The first time they beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge since I think it's the 40s, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that was a huge win for Fulham. They were losing, and then as we know, they scored a equaliser, and then they scored the second goal at the last minute. So that was a huge 3 points for Fulham. Bournemouth on a 3 games winning streak away from home. Bournemouth are a very good side, but away from home, that's when they become more of a threat than they were at home. Yes, they do got some good wins at home this season, but they got more impressive, important wins away from home, and they're calling the 3 games winning streak. Can they extend that to fourth? We see a point separate the two teams. Bournemouth currently has 29, while Fulham has 28. So this is a must win for both sides if they want to, extend the gap, or Fulham want to take over Bournemouth, or Bournemouth want to extend the gap further. So this is a must win. So my prediction for this one will be both teams to score. I know I predicted Bournemouth to and Chris Palace to both teams score, and that didn't happen. However, since Bournemouth is playing away, I do see Bournemouth scoring a goal, and of course, Fulham's win against Chelsea will give them a huge boost. So I do see Fulham scoring. So in that manner, my prediction will be both teams to score, and I'll say 1-1. It will be closer than you think. It will be a tougher match, a very close match. So this one, someone to
So the
keep a
next
close
match will
eye on.
be at Tottenham, 12th versus 17th. Tottenham are coming off from a loss against Nottingham Forest. The loss 1-0. And Wolves are coming off from a huge win against Manchester United. They beat United 2-0. So it's a good win for them. So let's get into it. 4 losses in 5 games for Spurs. Things has just not been looking good for Tottenham. Things just going from bad to worse. And defensively, they're becoming one of the worst defensive team in the league at this moment. Yeah, 4 losses in 5 games is not good for Spurs, and yeah, with all the hopes of them trying to make it to the Champions League or Europa League, it's getting slimmer and slimmer every single week. Back-to-back wins for Wolves. So with the new manager comes in, they are now on a 2 games winning streak. They defeated Leicester and now they defeated Manchester United. Can they make that third? We see. Wolves are on a 3 games winning streak against Tottenham. So the last few years, Wolves has been coming up top against Tottenham. So they're on the 3 games winning streak against Spurs. So this is becoming a handful fixture for Wolves. And now with this new manager comes in, the new manager bounce, could they extend that winning streak? We see. So my prediction for this match will be both teams to score and both teams to receive a yellow card. I do see both teams scoring. The Tottenham defense has been terrible. I do see Wolves scoring a goal, but at the end of the day, I do see Tottenham scoring a goal as well. They're at home. They have a good home scoring form at home, and I do see both teams receiving yellow card. And I will say 3-2 to Wolves. I feel with this new manager and the new manager bounce for Wolverhampton, I feel they're going to continue this winning streak. I feel they're really on fire right now. So I do see Wolves
The
stealing this
next
one.
match will be at the London Stadium. So West Ham will host Liverpool. West Ham are currently 13th. They're coming off from a win against Southampton, and Liverpool are coming off from a win against Leicester. So 13th versus first. Let's get into it. Key points. Liverpool keeps on winning. Liverpool on a 4 games winning streak as we speak. They're currently first. They have extended the gap now to 6 points. Um, yeah, they just keep on winning, and I don't see anyone stopping them anytime soon. It's West Ham finding their feet. So West Ham the last 2 games they drew and now they won. Now they're increasing their position in the table. So if they continue down, then they might surprise people. The last 4 games between the two clubs at the London Stadium, there has been more than 2 goals. So this has been a goals first the last few seasons. In the London Stadium between the two clubs, there has been a lot of drama between the two matches, between the two clubs. So there has been more than 2 goals. So could that continue this weekend? We see. So my prediction for this match would be over 2.5 goals. I do see more than 2 goals, more than 3 goals in this match, or even four. The history between the two clubs, especially at the London Stadium, there has been a lot of goals in this match, and I do see a few goals in this match. I'm gonna go 3-1 to Liverpool. Yeah, the way Liverpool have just been winning, they're finding the ways to win. I think they will So that's the
continue going
Saturday
forward.
matches out of the way. So let's move on to no, sorry, that's the Sunday matches out of the way. So let's move on to Monday matches. So we're gonna start at Old Trafford. So it's Manchester United who coming off from a loss against Wolves, against Newcastle, who are currently on form right now, and they're coming off from a huge win against Aston Villa. So let's get into it. So these are the key points. This is bad for Ruben. Yeah, I've been mentioning it too many times. It's going to be a very long season, and I've been proven right. It's going to be a very long season. They're coming off from a loss again, against Wolves. So yeah, just been on a losing streak lately. Even though that win against Manchester City not too long ago, that's just been forgotten now. They lost back to back, so this has not been looking good for Ruben. Newcastle on a 3 games winning streak. So the last 3 games, Newcastle have destroyed their opponents. They beat Leicester 4-0, they beat Ipswich 4-0, and now they defeated Aston Villa 3-0. So they're currently on form right now. They have a striker, Isak, who's been scoring goals, and also Golden and all the midfielders. They're doing their part. So Newcastle are currently on fire right now. So United have conceded 6 goals in the last 2 home games. So this is probably the worst time to face Newcastle. So for Newcastle, this be the best time to face United because the last 2 home games was Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth. Both of those matches, um, United have conceded 3 goals each, and the way Newcastle are playing right now is not really good for United at all. So my prediction for this one would be over 2.5 goals and over 6 corners. Like I said, United have conceded 6 goals in the last 2 home games, and I do see them conceding a lot of goals. That this team is not functioning, this team is not good. It's going to take years for Wilbur to get the players he wants. And the way Newcastle are destroying teams the last 3 games, I do see more than 3 or even 4 goals in this match. And I also add over 6 corners. And I'll go for Newcastle to win. So I'll go for So our
Newcastle with the
next
three
match on
points.
Monday will be at Ipswich. So Ipswich will face Chelsea. Just both teams are coming off from a loss. Ipswich lost against Arsenal 1-0, while Chelsea lost against their West London neighbours, Fulham. So both teams are looking for the 3 points to go back to winning ways. So we move on to the key points. No wins in 2 games for Chelsea. Chelsea drew against Everton last week, and then now they lost against Fulham. So no wins in the 2 games for Chelsea. And because of that, now they're third, just a point below Arsenal.
So and then couple points, like 7 points below Liverpool. So no wins in 2 games for Chelsea. They need to find a way to start winning again. Ipswich are on a 3 games losing streak. It's gonna be a tough season for Ipswich, coming from the championship, trying to get used to the Premier League. It's not been easy for Ipswich at all. They're currently on a 3 games losing streak. They do need to find a way to win to get themselves out of the relegation zone. Can Chelsea handle the pressure? Now, at first, they had chances to make it to the first place, to take over Liverpool, but they haven't. They failed twice. Now can they handle the pressure? They're a very young squad, young team, young manager. So this is new for most of these players. Can they handle the pressure going forward? I don't know. It's 50-50 to be honest. So my prediction will be Chelsea win. I feel Chelsea will go back to winning ways. Ipswich still hasn't got a home win at all so far this season, and Chelsea are currently have the best away record this so far, and they have scored 23 goals away from home. So I do see Chelsea getting 3 points, and I'll say 2-1 to Chelsea. So this would be a 3 point
So
for
the
Chelsea.
last match for Monday will be at Villa Park. Aston Villa will face Brighton. Villa coming off from an embarrassing loss against Newcastle, they lost 3-0. Brighton are coming off from another draw, but this time they drew against Brentford. So ninth versus 10th, they're not far from each other. So let's get into it. So these are the key points. Aston Villa are more of a threat at home than they are away from home. So because of that loss away from home, they currently now has a 4 games losing streak away from home. But at home, they're currently 3 games at home winning streak. So they're more dangerous at home than they are away. Um, but now Duan is got sent off. He's their main threat, the main striker. So he's going to be out for 3 games. So this is going to be a problem for Aston Villa. But can they still handle it without him? We see. No wins in 6 games for Brighton. So Brighton has 2 losses, but two draws, 2 losses, 4 draws. Yeah, two losses, 4 draws. So no wins in 6 games for Brighton. And things were looking easy. Things were looking good for Brighton at first. I thought they're going to be one of the contenders for the European League or even Champions League. But for the past months or so, things just gone down the drain for Brighton. They've just been losing their feet. So I don't know what's going on with them. So it's not been looking good for them. It's a must win for both sides. So, like I said, 2 points separate the two. Um, yeah, this is a must win for both sides if they want to progress further to make it to the Europa League or the Europa League Conference next season. So, my prediction would be Aston Villa to score over 0 goals, to score at least a goal, and over 2 corners for Villa. Because of their home record, I do believe Aston Villa are gonna have a say in this match. They're more of a threat at home than they are away, and I'm gonna give Aston Villa the advantage of over 2 corners, for Villa because they're at home. Brighton, I don't know what I'm gonna get from them to be honest, so I'm 50-50 on that. So I'm a little bit spectacle. So I'm favoring more on Aston Villa in this match. And the scoreline will be 2-1 to Villa. I feel Villa will steal this one. So And
3 points for
lastly,
them.
the 10th match will take place on Wednesday, which will be New Year's Day. So it will be at West London, Brentford versus Arsenal. Brentford coming off from a draw against Brighton. Arsenal coming off from a win against Ipswich. So Arsenal are currently second, while Brentford currently 11th. So let's get to it. So these are the key points. Can Arsenal continue this winning streak? So Arsenal are currently on a 2 games winning streak. Yeah, so the points has been added up now because of Chelsea messing up. Arsenal has overtook them and now the second. Can they continue to close the gap to Liverpool? We see. Can Brentford get back to winning ways at home? So, few weeks ago, or just I think it was last week, I think. Yeah, they lost to Nottingham Forest 2-0. That was their first loss at home this season. So, yeah, that put a dent on their perfect record at home. So, can they get back to winning ways at home? We see. Well, they have to now because they lost, now they drew, so they need to get back to winning ways. Arsenal on a 2 games winning streak against Brentford. The last season, Arsenal got back-to-back wins against Brentford. So this has been a good fixture for Arsenal lately. Got a couple clean sheets with against Brentford as well. So will that continue? We see. So my prediction for this match would be over 1.5 goals. Um, Arsenal in terms of attacking wise, I know Saka's out now. I feel attacking wise we're too lenient and no much of a threat at all. Without Saka, it's even worse. But I do see us score at least a goal, maybe two. You never know. I think we're more of a better away team than our at home. I've been saying that so many times. Brentford, I won't rule them out at all. They're a better home team than they are away. So I do see at least two or three goals in this match, and I'm going to favor Arsenal to win this match. It'll be a tough match, a very tough match for Arsenal. So, but I do favor Gunners
Now we made
3 points.
it to the end of the video, so I'm gonna go through the predictions again. So it's Leicester versus Manchester City under 3.5 goals. Everton versus Nottingham Forest under 3.5 goals. Aston Villa to score at least a goal and over two corners for Villa. Manchester United versus Newcastle will be over 2.5 goals and over six corners between the two clubs. Nottingham versus Wolves, both teams to score and both teams to receive a yellow card. Fulham versus Bournemouth, both teams to score. West Ham versus Liverpool over 2.5 goals. Crystal Palace double chance. Brentford versus Arsenal over 1.5 goals. And finally, Chelsea to win. So those are my predictions for week 19. So take a look. Okay. So we move on to the three best bets. So my three best bets for week 19, the Premier League will be Manchester United versus Newcastle over 2.5 goals and over six corners. I do see like three or four goals in this match and over six corners. Tottenham versus Wolves would be both teams to score and both teams to receive yellow card. I do see both teams scoring a goal, and I do see both teams receiving yellow card. I do see both teams have disciplinary issues, especially Tottenham. Defensively has been very shocking. West Ham versus Liverpool will be over 2.5 goals. The last few games between the two, there's been more than two goals. So I do see a lot, like good few goals in this match. So this is my three best bets for week 19 in the Premier League. So thank you for watching. That's the end of the video and probably the last video of 2024. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. I know I just started recently, but this channel's been growing. Thank you for support. I hope you guys had a lovely Christmas, and I hope you hopefully have a lovely new year going forward. And let's hope 2025 will be a better year for everyone, including myself. So I wish you guys nothing but the best. Celebrate with your family, and that's it really. So thank you for watching. Click the like video if you like the video. Click support. I mean, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Help the channel grow, and also leave your predictions on comments below. The predictions on all the matches or what you think if it's correct or not, or do you believe the scoreline is going to be different. Leave a comment below on the videos. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.